Hi everybody, welcome back to another Python video tutorial. Today we're going to talk about some basic Python math. So basically the idea is that you can use Python like a normal calculator. We could just say 1 plus 1 and we run this cell and it tells us 2. That's normal like a calculator would do. We can do any number of operations. We could do 1 plus 3 times 4. And it's going to do it in a normal order of operations way. So remember PEMDAS, parentheses, operations are executed first, followed by anything with an exponent, followed by multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction left to right. So that's most of what we're going to be covering. I could do 1 to the 1. Python takes exponents as a double asterisk. I could raise, say, 3 to the 3 to the 3 and run that, and it gives me whatever 3 to the 3 to the 3 is. Another thing I can do is print whatever math I want to do, and it'll give me the same result. It's just a print statement this time instead. Another use that we can make is the Modulo Sign. So this gives you the remainder. So this will become useful for things like when we want to determine if a number is even or odd in a function later on. So we could do 3, and you do a little percent sign, 2. And then this says 1. And then all that means is that after you divide 3 by 2, you get a remainder of 1. So if I do 17 to percent sign 4, then I'll get 1. That's because the remainder, after I divide 17 into 4, I have 1 as a remainder. Another thing that I wanted to talk about with Python math was something involving floats. So as you see right now, my outputs are integers. I can also get floats. So if I do like 3 divided by 2, I'm going to get 1.5. Now, this is different from Python 2.7 because in Python 2.7, if you divided an integer by an integer, you would always get back an integer. In Python 3, however, you will get a float back. And floats are approximations. Some things you can't get with a float. So like if I do 3 or 10 divided by 3, I'm going to get 3.33 repeating. But Python or computers are able to store only a certain amount of information. And since you can't really store a third in decimal perfectly here, we're going to get an approximation. And so this may change some of the rounding in your math, but for the most part, if you know what you're doing when you're programming these functions, you'll be able to account for that. So that's basically all that I want to cover with math. I know it's pretty short, but there's more to it later on. And when we get into setting variables, things will get more interesting, and especially when we cover the math module. But that's the basic Python math.